Hello friends. Welcome to T Academy. The T Academy has reached 35,000 subscribers. Thank you for all your subscriptions and support for this channel. I would like to thank especially the Tamil Nadu students, those who have given good response for my videos of TNEB paper and TANSET papers. Okay, I really thankful them. And behalf of that, thanks. I'm going to discuss one more paper which belongs to ECE TNEB AE paper. Even though I'm not belongs to electronics engineering, okay, I will try to cover the questions of the ECE people, ECE TNEB. So this is the TNEB. Okay, so TNEB 2018 ECE paper, right? I'm discussing about the electronics and communication engineering paper. Okay, right. We'll start the question here. So we'll try to solve the questions here, right? The first question here is if all the three resistances of a given delta network are 15 ohms each, then the three resistance of the equivalent star will be. So there will be a delta equivalent network here like this. So 15 ohms, 15 ohms, 15 ohms. Now what we need to calculate is equivalent star will be. So equivalent star will be like this. Okay. Now we know the basic formula. Star equivalent will be what? That is the opposite arms. Opposite arms, for example, here let me take RA. Sorry. Okay. So this RA will be what? RA is equal to opposite resistances, that is 15 into 15 divided by total resistance means 15 plus 15 plus 15. Our simple formula I can write it as simply RA is equal to R in delta divided by 3. Like that you can write. So if you write means you'll get a 15 by 3, it is 5 ohms. So all are having equal resistances means the equivalent value will be 5 ohms only. So answer will be 5 ohms and reach. Okay. Similarly, you can try reverse also. That means there is a star connected network of having a 5 ohms in each arm, and you need to find the value of delta. Okay. At that time, what you will do is if they are equal means so R delta will be 3 times that of R star network. So it is going to be 15 ohms. Okay. Try to in opposite direction also so that you can get the answer exactly right. And the next question, the phenomena known as early effect in a BJT bipolar transistor refers to a reduction of the effective base width caused by. Okay, so it is a base width caused by the of the reverse biasing of the base collector junction. So answer will be 2 here. Okay, next question. In a JFET, drain current is maximum when the voltage between the gate to source is. So the basic formula here it is the drain current will be maximum means ID is equal to IDSS, that is a saturation current IDSS into 1 minus it is VGS by VP whole square. Okay, now to get a drain current to maximum value means see the observe the formula here. When you are making the VGS gate to source voltage 0, okay, what will happen? Okay, so when VGS made is 0, then automatically this entire term is going to be 0. So 1 square will be 1 only. So ID becomes what? Is nothing but IDSS, saturation current maximum value. Now the same question can be asked in some other manner. In a JFET, the drain current is 0. The drain current is 0 when the VGS is. Okay, so when the VGS is equal to VP, what will happen? At that case, it will be 1 minus 1 whole square is equal to 0. Then ID going to be 0. Okay, so these are two conditions. First one is 0 equal to VP. What is a VP? VP is nothing but pinch off voltage. Pinch off voltage here. Now, next question. What is a minimum number of two input NAND gates used to perform the function of two input OR gate? Okay, so here what the thing is, what is the equivalent value of NAND gate to perform the same operation as OR gate? Okay, so directly I'll write the diagram here without discussion here. So this will be one NAND gate, okay, and another NAND gate. See here, the NAND gate output will be what? Okay, generally NAND gate output will be, so let's say NAND gate output y is equal to a dot b whole bar, or I can write it as a bar plus b bar here. Now I will take the a here. Okay, so A, what you get is nothing but A. Here you will get it as a bar, and here if I get as a B means it's a B bar. Okay, now it's given to another AND gate here. What will be the here A dot bar B dot whole bar here? That means A plus B will get it. So what is A plus B? A plus B is nothing but output of OR gate. So why OR gate here? That means how many AND gates you require? You require 1, 2, okay, 2 and 3. So the same question is asked in the previous exams also. The answer will be 3 here. Next one, the next question here. A bit R bar 2R digital to analog converter has a reference voltage of 3 volts. For a digital input code of 0110, what would be the equivalent analog output in volts? Okay, I'll write the formula here. So V naught is equal to, so V reference by 2 power n. So especially in case of R2R ladder, there is a 2 power n here. Okay, don't confuse the 2 power minus 1. Okay, and into, so this is nothing but resolution, and here the decimal equivalent of binary, that is sigma I is equal to 1 to n. Okay, so 2 power I into bi. So b is nothing but bits here. What is the decimal equivalent of this 0110? Right, I'll write here. So 0110. So 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3. What is the equivalent value? So 2 power 3 into 0 means 0, plus 2 power 2 into 1 means 4, plus 2 power 1 into 1 means 2, plus 2 power 0 means 1, 1 into 0 means 0. So it's going to be 6 here. Okay. Now reference voltage is what? It is 3 volts divided by how many bits? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 bits are there. Okay. So 2 power 4 into, it is 6 here. Okay, so 3 into 6 divided by 2 power 4 means it is 16. Okay, so answer will be 1.125. Okay, answer will be 1.525 volts here. So generally we will use two type of amplifiers. One is an inverting amplifier, another one is a non-inverting amplifier. So inverting amplifier is a more preferred, so the output will have a negative sign preferably. So answer will be minus 1.25, even though you have plus 1.25, so preferable answer will be minus 1.25 here. Okay, next question, that is we'll move to the 61 question here. Okay, see here, the concentration of minority charge carriers in the extrinsic semiconductor under equilibrium is, okay, the concentration of minority charge carriers means in the extrinsic means it's a doping. Okay, so what we are doing is we are doping to the pure semiconductor so that we can improve the majority carriers. Okay, so doping is proportional to majority charge carriers. Okay, similarly I can write doping is inversely proportional to minority. So doping is proportional to majority, inversely proportional to minority charge carriers. So the minority charge carriers in the extrinsic semiconductor under equilibrium is inversely proportional to the doping concentration. So answer will be 2 here. Next question here. So this is from the networks. Consider the following statement S1 and S2. S1, at the resonance frequency, the impedance of a series RLC circuit is 0. Second is in a parallel GLC circuit, increasing the conductance results in increase in the Q factor. Which of the following statement is correct? So in a series RLC circuit at resonance condition, the net impedance will be 0, so that the impedance will be minimum. So impedance will be minimum is nothing but which is equal to resistance value only in case of series RLC circuit here like this. Okay. In case of parallel circuits means, see here the quality factor. So quality factor, the formula will directly write Q is nothing but 1 by R into square root of C by L here. Okay, so C by L. So let me correct here. It's not, okay, let me correct here. So it is not R here, it is G. Okay, let me erase here. So it is G here. Okay, conductance. If the G value increases, what about the Q value? It is decreases. So both the statements are false only. So answer will be both the S1 and S2 are false here. Next one. See here. A source of angular frequency 1 radians per second has some source impedance consisting of 1 ohm resistance in series with 1 Henry inductance. the load that will obtain the maximum power transfer. So this question is about the maximum power transfer theorem. So let's discuss. There's a source here, a source which is having a series resistance of how much, 1 ohm, and as supply has a 1 radians per second, and there is a inductance in series with it, that is a 1 Henry. Now here what will be the type of load so that maximum power transfer is connected. So ZL is nothing but okay, so ZL is nothing but complex conjugate of source. Okay, in the source they are given all the radians, okay, 1 radians per second. So Henry is converted into inductance. Okay, 1 Henry can be inductance. So XL is equal to omega into L is nothing but 1 radians per second into 1. So it's nothing but 1 ohm here. Okay, so this will be 1 ohm and this will be J 1 ohm. Now complex conjugate means, so this will be 1 plus J. Complex conjugate means 1 minus J. So negative sign means it indicates a capacitance value. Okay, so capacitor. 1 means resistor. So 1 ohm resistor is in series with 1 farad capacitor. So answer will be simple. Next one, for the 64th question here, for a phase lock loop PLL with a Gilbert cell mixer based phasor detector to maintain lock, the phase error between the incoming reference signal and VCO output must be maintained between. So it is must be maintained between the values of 0 and pi, or we can say 0 to 180 degrees here. Okay, next question here. In a prototype filter, the series arm and the shunt arm impedances should be, okay, the series arm shunt arm is see here, let's take here, I will take a pi low pass filter here. In a pi low pass filter there is a inductor, that's an inductive ranger, and there is a capacitor in a pi network like this. So this will call as a series arm, and this will be what, shunt arms. So you see the nature of the elements, it is an inductive in nature, it is a capacitive in nature. So both are in opposite nature. Okay, so inductive capacitance and inductive reactance. Okay, so both are reactive but in opposite type. So what is the same type means? Same type means we will get here. So same type means here we have inductor, and here we have inductor, and here you have inductor. So this is not going to be a low pass filter. It's a simply inductive network. So answer will be reactive, but opposite means one arm will be inductance, another arm will be capacitance. Okay, but not resistive. The maximum electron density for E layer in ionosphere is 9 to 10 power 6 electrons per centimeter cube. Then the critical frequency is, the critical frequency formula it is Fc is equal to, so 9 into square root of, okay, so square root of maximum electron density. So maximum electron density is Nmax. Okay, the maximum electron density having units of, okay, centimeters, sorry, is having units of meters. Okay, now what we will do is we will convert this electron density, that is 9 into 10 power 6, that the units are electrons per meter cube. So convert this 9 point into 10 power 6, okay, into centimeter cube. Let me erase here. Okay, so centimeter cube into 9.6 into 10 power 6 into, I'll write 10 power 6, okay, electrons per meter cube here. Okay, so I can converting this centimeter cube into meter cube here, so that we will get the 9 power 9 10 power 6 12 here. Now frequency Fc is equal to 9 into square root of 9 into 10 power 12. Okay, so 10 power 12 means 9 into 3 into 10 power 6. We can say it is a 27. 10 power 6 means mega. Frequency units are Hz. So answer will be 27 megahertz. Okay. Next question. Yes, this question is from the analog electronics, right? There's a basic electronics here. Right. In a forward biased PN junction diode, the sequence of events that best describes the mechanism of current flow. So basic thing is, when the forward biased junction PN junction diode is here like this, when you get positive supply at the P terminal and negative terminal with the N like this, some resistance here. Then what will happen is, first mechanism is there will be injection of charge carriers here, and after that there will be a diffusion happen because of this diffusion of this applied potential. After that, recombination of minority charge carrier will take place. So process is first injection, after that subsequent diffusion and recombination of minority charge carriers. So answer will be 1 here. Next question, we will move to the 68th question here. Okay, right, 68th question here. So without any additional circuitry, an 8:1 mux, that is a multiplexer, can be used to obtain. Okay, so generally what is a mux? So multiplexer is nothing but it's having a 8 input lines, and 2 power n means 2 power 3 here. So 2 power 3 means 3 as a select pins, and output is 1. We can also, it is also known as parallel to series adder circuit. Okay, so it's a parallel to series circuit, we can also call this. So here there are 8 input pins, 3 select pins, 1 is the output. Okay, so all the functions of three variables and some, but not all 4 variables. So answer will be 3 here. Okay, so next one, the master slave flip-flop has a characteristic that the changes in the output immediately reflected in the output. Changes in the output occurs when the state of the master is affected. Changes in the output occurs when the state of slave is affected. And the last option is both the master and slave states are affected at the same time. So the master slave flip-flop has a characteristic that changes in the output occurs when the state of the slave is affected. So answer will be 3 here. Next one. Next question here. Right. A series RLC circuit has a resonance frequency of 1 kHz and a quality factor of Q is equal to 100 if the R, L and C is double from the original value, then the new Q of the circuit is. So we know that here, so quality factor of this series circuit, so Q is equal to omega naught in L divided by R here. Okay, so simply what we can see is nothing but omega is nothing but square 1 by square root of L into C into L, right? L as a square root into square root L divided by R. So what we can write is, it is 1 by R into square root of, so L gets cancelled, L by C here. This is a basic formula. Okay, so Q is nothing but 1 by R into square root of L by C. Now in this case here, let us Q1, this will be Q1. Okay, 1 by R1, L1, C1 here. So simply I can write Q2 is nothing but 1 by R2 into square root of L2 by C2. So when all the parameters are doubled means I can write as R2 is equal to 2 times that of R1, L1 is equal to, L2 is equal to 2 times that of L1, and C2 is equal to 2 times that of C1. So substitute all the values in the Q2 here. So Q2 will be equal to 1 by 2 into R1 into square root of 2 L1 by 2 C1. So it's nothing but 1 by 2R into square root of L1 by C1 only. So we can write as, so Q2 will be, okay, so 1 by 2 times that of Q1. Okay, so this is a basic thing. So as per this Q2, so quality factor Q2 is equal to 1 by 2 times that of quality factor 1 value is 100. So it will be 50. So no units here. So no units here. So that the answer will be, here it is a 2. Okay, so 2 is the answer. So that's it for this session. Thanks for watching my videos and liking my videos, and thanks for each and every subscriber, those who are given good support to this channel to reach the 35,000 subscribers. Thank you. Have a nice day. So we'll continue the session of this TNEB ECE paper in the upcoming sessions. Have a nice day, friends. Thank you.